fear of death, fear of change. All these are affecting our immunity. In one way or the other, it affects our immunity. Yeah, all these fears attract that kind of situation to us, but we can definitely go beyond it. When we are not afraid, mostly that you don't attract that thing to you. In fact, it helps your immunity. When we are afraid, we are weak. When we are not afraid, when we are fearless, we are strong. That's one of the fundamental of the tradition of Lord Datta, Sai Baba. No fear, no fear. There's no need for fear. The tradition does not bind anybody with fear. But the thing is, like, there is what happens in the world today is a lot of information traveling from various people's mouths, and 80% are opinions. It's not like a truth. They are opinions, and these opinions are sometimes confusing. We think that, this is, see, somebody like a president of a country or a prime minister of a country is talking something, and we believe that this is the truth, this is the ultimate truth. Maybe it's an assumption of a doctor or an advisor, and we wouldn't know that it's an assumption, but we think it's real, and then we start panicking. And these kind of panic automatically leads us to that fear factor, which attracts us that thing mostly. So we need to step backwards and have faith. The opposite of fear is faith. And we trust in faith. Okay, whatever you give, I accept. That's what Sai Baba also said. You surrender, but don't look back. That means leave it to me. I'll take care of it. But don't come back and look what happened to it now. Just go. Just walk away. If you keep looking back, that means you don't have faith. If you keep asking, are you with me? That means you don't have faith. That's the story of Adi Shankara and Ma Mookambika. Mookambika told Adi Shankara, you keep walking, I'm behind you. But if you turn back, that means if you doubt if I'm behind you, then I will not come with you. I will stay here. And Adi Shankara walked, and for a long time he walked, and Devi was following, mother was following him. At some point in time, he doubted if she's following. And that's the point, that's a warning bell. A doubt is a warning bell. That means faith is slipping away. So at one point, he suddenly doubted if mother is following, and he stopped to look back. Mother said, now you look back, you go ahead, I'm not coming with you. So after spending a lot of time on penance by manifesting mother in front, but finally he couldn't take mother to where he wanted to take her. That's a story. It's more symbolic that when you start having doubts, very simple, faith is slipping past, faith is going away. And then to catch the faith is very difficult, because doubts are negative and they have that gravitational pull. They try to pull you back. And faith is something which are levitational. Means you trust and you have faith. Okay, whatever happened, this is fine. That's okay. But my connection remains stable. That is how in the story of Deepaka was serving his guru, who was very, very bad tempered. He was abusing, he was kicking him, he was talking all sorts of rubbish. And still Deepaka continued to serve his guru. And because of his constant service, despite the guru's bad temper, Lord Shiva came to see him and offered him a boon. And still he continued to serve his guru, and guru was very, very bad tempered, and he was literally abusing Deepaka all the time. And then Lord Vishnu came to see him, because he said, I have not seen a student, a disciple, who will not be affected by anything outside. Irrespective of what's happening outside, his connection is stable. His faith is stable. And then Vishnu said, I have never seen somebody like you. You ask me whatever you want, I'll give you. Then when he came to Guru said, so Mahavishnu came and met you, right? He said, I was just testing you. I abused you. I spoke all the bad things about you. I spat on you. I did everything. But you were clinging on. And that was enough for you to go higher. Now you have grown bigger than me. In stature, you are higher than me, because nothing can shake you. Nothing external can shake you. then you are stable, very stable. And that is exactly how everybody, I mean, even though it's a story from the books, it has a lot of relevance. Because when we are deeply, deeply connected to truth, to God, to a guru, to a master who's connected to God, it should be steady. No thing on earth, no emotions, no concepts, no prejudices, no um, laws, or I mean, whatever you think is binding and restrictive should not come in the way of your connection with your master. If it does, understand you are slipping. And if you slip, then even the master will not be able to help you. This is the problem. The master would always help you provided you are with him, your mind is with him, your heart is with him. He will help you. But if you are slipping past and you are going away because of your own mind, then nobody can help you. That is exactly what happens to many people. A disease or expectation, basically an expectation. Some people come with expectations. I expect this from this person. If it comes, I'll be with him. If it doesn't come, that's been conditional. If it doesn't come, I'm not with him. Then the faith is so weak. Faith has no value here. It's a transaction. And transaction has no real value in spiritual journey. It's not transaction. You deliver without expectations. That is how masters do. They are not expecting anything back, but they deliver their best. But that's not the same by the followers. Somebody says something, they can leave because their faith is fragile. And because of somebody's opinion, if they leave, they are definitely not connected. So this is exactly how this whole configuration works. So when we face adverse situations, we should increase our faith in ourselves and also our connection to supreme consciousness, and understand that one thing very clearly, that we are, although we believe that we are this body, we are projecting this to this world, we are this body and we are this personality. We believe that, right? That is how we are connecting, because you're connecting to me as Mohanji, and if I say I don't know who I am, you may not connect to me. So we are connecting because of certain projected personality. This is okay. That much is okay. That much is okay. But beyond that, we must know that we are not this projection. We are projecting this as a guru, as a disciple, as a father, as a mother, as a brother, or as a worker, or an employee. Whatever you are projecting into this world, they all are temporary. That's not a permanent projection. So we must always know. But then what is behind this projection? There is an energy behind this projection. And when that energy leaves this projection, we shut down the shop. We call it death. So this energy is the real thing. And that real thing is the same in us all. We all have the same energy. We are connected to the same energy. Means we are united by the same energy. So when we understand that, then our connection is totally different. We are related. It's a relationship. There's no hierarchy here. There's no higher or lower. Because I may have understood there is an energy, I'm telling you I have understood this. Because I've experienced this, I tell you. But you may experience it tomorrow or anytime. It is just around the corner. One point in time, the spark comes, say, look here, I'm not the projection. I'm neither the projector. I'm the energy behind the projector. I am the consciousness. I'm the soul. That understanding automatically falls into you. And then you experience that. This is exactly what is truth. So we need to always spend some time with ourselves. This is very essential. So that this whole clutter will go. Mind cluttered, mind filled with fears, or filled with ideas, concepts, likes and dislikes, prejudices, anger, hatred, jealousy, all will go. And it becomes very clear. Mind becomes very clear. And then we see the truth. Hey, look here, nothing is lost anywhere. We lose nothing. Every time, every place where we are only projecting. And this projection is not us. Projector also is not us. And there is an energy behind all this. And that energy is running the show. That clarity, that understanding, that comes very, very clear. And then life is different. So what is the idea of spirituality? What is the spiritual idea? The idea is that to recognize that. So spirituality is part of you. Nobody can give it or nobody can take it from you. It's with you. And no chanting, no mantras, no meditation can actually reach you there unless you decide to apply yourself, plunge into it, dive into it, and be it. You know, when you dive into the water, you are definitely in the water, you are swimming. But when you are sitting on the ground and thinking whether the water is hot or cold, nothing is happening. Most of the spiritual activities are like that, comfort zone based. Comfort zone based. Comfort zone should be destroyed. Ideas and opinions should be destroyed. Everything goes. And finally, a peace settles in. You know, all our concepts, prejudices, ideas, notions, various things are there. So many things which bind us. They all disappear, dissolve. And then what comes out? Purity, pure essence, pure essence. That's exactly what we are. And then we will get to know this. We will experience this. You know, it has to happen. So when you should do more and more contemplation and connection with the consciousness. That is, when you do more and more contemplation and connection, you become that. You know, when you're focused on something for a period of time, you tend to absorb that energy. This is separate from your actual energy. And when you're concentrating on the good stuff, good things means positive things, regenerative things, rejuvenative things, if you are focusing constantly over a period of time, your whole energy pattern changes. You become lighter. You become energy beings. Only brightness. That is Diwali. You know, the whole brightness. So that we light the lamp. And have you observed? I know I am deviating from the subject, but I'm getting carried away. You know, have you observed this festival of lights? I believe that there is a great value for the festival of lights because we tend to be in the darkness. You know, we have a tendency to be in dark. What is darkness? Ignorance, non-understanding. And then we create opinions, we create prejudices, we create so many do's and don'ts and likes and dislikes. From where? Where are they coming from? Ignorance, darkness. So we have this tendency. That's why we must have a festival of lights. And you know, Lord Ram came after the victory. I mean, he defeated Ravan, rescued his wife, and came to Ayodhya, and the whole city was lit with lights to welcome him. And Ram is supreme consciousness. Lamp is nothing in front of supreme consciousness. Supreme consciousness is brighter than a million suns. So bright. What is a lamp in front of supreme consciousness? It's like a huge blue whale and a rat. You know, you wouldn't even see the rat here. It's such a huge difference. But exactly this is what the lamp is telling. I like to be you. The aspiration of the lamp is to become supreme consciousness. The aspiration of every being is to become brightness, supreme consciousness. So this is the story of this Diwali. You know, we are lighting the lamp, and lamp is saying that I'm the lamp, but I know there is a brighter light, which is the father of all lamps, all the brightness, the supreme consciousness. And that's exactly my aspiration. So when Lord Ram came to Ayodhya, the whole city was lit with lights welcoming him, supreme consciousness. And that was the aspiration of the city. Now it's the aspiration of every being. So I really like this light, brightness. And also, please understand, our soul is the same. We have a piece of supreme consciousness sitting inside us. Our soul, it's the same. No difference. You know, but we don't see that, right? Like the electricity, only when it goes through this bulb, we see it, that there is an electricity. When the electricity goes, the bulb doesn't operate. Like that, the refrigerator has no effect when the electricity is not there. Just like that, the body has no effect when the Atma, soul, is not there. The Atma principle of the soul. That is exactly what we are. And this has been told time and again by masters. And that's exactly what you say. In this lifetime, understand it, assimilate it, and be it. Be that soul. Then all these likes and dislikes, all these divisions, all the barriers, boundaries, your rules and regulations, everything goes away. You know, when you become the soul, nothing stays, right? When you're becoming brightness, no shadow can exist. You are brightness. When does shadow exist? There is a blockage of light, bright blockage of light. Then the shadow exists. If there is no blockage of light, no shadow. We are like that. And another thing about Lord Ram, since I touched upon that subject, he went through tremendous problems in life, very very big problems. We have tons of problems in life, tremendous problems, one by one, one by one. But have you observed what is the core of the Ramayana, Ram's story? He accepted them. He did not resist. No resistance, total acceptance. When he was about to be coronated, he was asked to go to the forest, not for 1 or 2 days, just to see the forest and come back. 14 years. He just got married, and he wanted to have a nice life for his wife, but it was not available. Gone to the forest, all sorts of things, and forest is not very romantic. It's a jungle. It's dangerous because you see, when you go to a jungle without a roadmap and a guide and all the ammunitions and stuff to protect yourself, you're not game for it. So it was very tough, very very tough. And we are all in the jungles of life. We have no idea what comes tomorrow. We have to face every day. Every day is a new day, a new issue, new problem, new situation. It all happens. But Ram accepted that. This is the difference. Why he is different from the other beings. He accepted everything. His father asked him, go to the forest. He said, okay, I'm going. And everything came in his life. He was schooled and he accepted. And he went as a normal human being. He did not exercise his powers as an avatar. He did not use any of his powers. That's the greatness. Like if you show off all your powers and look here, see, I'm an avatar. I can show off my powers. I can grow big or go. Actually, Hanumanji did it. Hanumanji did not have a qualms about it. He had no problem because it's Ram's power. Hanumanji can easily do everything. But Ram cannot. Ram did not. Because he wanted to live as a normal human being who's affected by daily life. You see, this is the main difference here. And that makes him a Lord. That makes us respect him, worship him, because acceptance. How much can we accept in life? Imagine, if the boss is angry with you, we become so upset, right? The day is lost. Sometimes I deliberately test people in this way. I don't give them the answers which they expect. Like everybody loves praises, right? Oh, you are great, you are amazing, you are beautiful, there has never been anybody like you, all these praises. Usually who uses them? Manipulators. They want something from you, they can praise you and put you on the pedestal so that they can use you. But if you are real, if you're a true friend, will you do that? You say, hey, look here, see, that was not good, don't do that. Or this, if you do this, it may not be good for you or others. Like that, we guide them in real terms, reality based. So I sometimes push people to these things so that they can break a certain boundary. But most of the people who like praises or appreciations, they get confused. We have seen that in life, how much of resistance we have. Small things, like I wanted a chocolate ice cream or a vanilla ice cream, I got only strawberry, I'm not happy. Very simple. So our expectations are in front of us, they are ahead of us, and we live our life trying to fulfill these expectations all the time. And end of the day, when you sum it up, it's sadness. We are not happy. But look at Ram's life. Everything distracted, everything destroyed. All the ideas, everything was a problem. And nothing was right. He even almost killed his children in a war, in a fight. So like that, everything was abnormal, everything, but he accepted them. He accepted them. He did not resist them. And if you can accept life, it becomes less painful. It becomes not that painful. But life brings all sorts of things in, various things. I normally accept everything. I don't reject. I don't even look whether this is good or bad. Okay, this is coming, take it on. Bring it on, so that it's done. The moment I start putting barriers, blockages, etc., maybe it becomes postponement for some other time. This experience I have to experience at this time. Tomorrow it might be too late, or tomorrow the same experience cannot happen. Like, for example, what you were supposed to experience at the age 10, you can't experience at the age 40. It doesn't work that way. So we have this limitation, right? Time, we are bound by time, we are bound by spaces, we're bound by so many things. And if we say, oh, no, this is not what I want in life, this is not the way I wanted it, means expectations, disappointments, anger, hatred, jealousy, revenge. Revenge is actually a weakness. I mean, you're only telling, if you take revenge on somebody, you're only telling you're extremely weak in this life. If you're angry all the time, you're only telling that you're imbalanced. And whenever you are in jealousy, you're only showing your insecurity. You're insecure. And that's exactly what is happening. And I always tell, if somebody is jealous of you, you must be happy. That's appreciation. Because they're happy, but they express in jealousy because they don't know how to express. So this is life. Yeah. So I'm just giving a broad spectrum. So today, when Ram entered Ayodhya, everybody respected him with bright lights, because here is a man who taught the world to accept life. And that's respectful. Accept life as it comes. Don't resist. Don't attack it. Don't resist it. Just accept. And then through acceptance, you transcend it. Only through acceptance you can transcend it. So this is very, very important to understand, at least on this day, because this is a very important day where you are exposed to the brightness of yourself, or your possibility of brightness.